In 2009, two military wives living at the Catterick Garrison in North Yorkshire put posters up to encourage other women in similar circumstances to join a choir on the base. Within 8 years, military choirs would be a global phenomenon for wives, partners, mothers and other women in the armed forces families, using music to help create a support network with over 1,000 members. This programme will take a look at the amazing work the RAF Benson Military Wives Choir does to help, encourage and support not just the ladies, but the families of current and former serving members of the armed forces. In April of 2010, the Catterick Garrison held their first rehearsal, creating what would be the first choir consisting entirely of military women, whether they be significant others, family or in the forces themselves. At a similar time, broadcaster and choirmaster Gareth Malone was airing his television series, The Choir. As a result, the Garrison sent him a letter asking for help and support in their efforts. He agreed and went to Royal Marine Base Chivenor to start another choir there. Together with more choirs from all over the country that were beginning to form, they released the single Wherever You Are.
Wherever you are, my love will keep you safe.
The song became Christmas #1 in the singles chart in 2011 and consisted of extracts from letters and messages written between the choir and their significant others in Afghanistan. From here, more and more choirs were set up all over the nation and even in other countries such as Belgium, Cyprus and Germany, along with producing even more singles and even participating in the piece composed for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. In 2012, the choirs discussed setting up a foundation to help them fund their own efforts and make it easier to create more charity events. This action was encouraged by Gareth Malone, as well as actively assisted by other military charities like SAFA and the Royal British Legion. They were also supported by the Decca record label and 2020 television. Now, the Military Wives Choir collectively undergo hundreds of events every year, working with other groups that work for different causes, some specifically helping charities in their local area.
Well, I guess primarily we're obviously trying to support anyone linked to the military, so the RAF Benevolent Fund, or we've done sort of Poppy Appeal.
We do get involved with children. We sing at the Horses Trust every year, twice a year this last time.
So we do a yearly coffee morning and we'll choose a charity where we'll raise money for. From that we've helped Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is really important because previous members have had to use that charity for personal reasons.
We've had a couple of people whose children have been ill, and so we did a coffee morning a couple of years ago to raise money for that charity. So that was really worthwhile because we kind of knew the person that was involved.
If there's a charity that's particularly close to our hearts, then we'll raise money for those charities as well.
One of the downsides of being in a military family is that loved ones are often away for long periods of time. But because the ladies have all experienced this at some point, it is reassuring to know that there will always be support and a shoulder to cry on if needed.
So my husband's away currently at the minute. We're halfway through his tour, so he should be back in May. I've not been to choir as much, which I'm sure the girls have been fine with. You can drop in and out and they understand that you've got commitments, because I've got 2 children that I need to look after.
For other people that I know that they have done, if they've got small children, help them out with maybe making meals for them and childcare to help, if they need to do any shopping or anything. So it's a really tight-knit family.
Just from having that feeling of community around you, feeling of support, and the choir is obviously a perfect example of that, of coming along and being able to talk to someone,
One of the positive effects the choir has for its members is the social aspect. Many women have built strong bonds and friendships, as well as gained confidence through singing and other social activities.
It's a really good way to quickly meet some like-minded other girls, ladies, people in a similar position going through what you're going through.
I think for most of us, we do go through periods of being on our own, and being able to come out to the choir every week is great. We all got on really well.
You're going to walk into a room with people who are a similar mindset, know what you're going through, a nice diverse range of people with all sorts of different skill sets and personality traits, and you're always going to find someone that you click with, or in many cases more than just one person you click with.
Even if people
don't feel like singing or just need to get out of the house, it's somewhere they can come catch up with a large group of ladies, regardless of rank or where they live, whether it be on camp, off camp, whether they're ex-military themselves or the partner of ex-military. So it's a good and a different community for people to meet.
Choir social events are organised on a regular basis, all of which help with maintaining morale within the group.
There's lots of social events. We have a social committee and a social page, so if anyone wants a night out, say at a play or go to the cinema or karaoke night around someone's house, and we also do like sports events as well. We've been running Rough Runners and Pretty Muddies, and yeah, so there's lots of social activities. It's really, really good.
Nothing's forced, you don't have to go and do extra things, but there's always an opportunity to go and meet up with people, even if it's just a coffee, or you might do a big choir event.
Through the foundation, the choirs all over the country don't stay unconnected. Being part of a Military Wives choir is like having an extended family, providing comfort in the knowledge that if you are posted to a different base, the choir there will be there to welcome you with open arms.
We have like a choir muster point, it's called, where all people from all choirs all over the country, all over the world in fact, because Cyprus on there, Brunei and Canada even I think is on there. So you just go on there and you ask the question, where is the nearest choir to Burfield, and then people always reply. So yeah, it's an easy process to do, and then there's always someone on there welcoming you from that choir to say, oh yeah, this is when we meet, this is the day where we meet.
Now it is easier than ever to set up or join a Military Wives choir. Any women within a military background can join a Military Wives choir. Whether you are a wife, girlfriend, servicewoman, mother, grandmother or a veteran, as long as you are within or connected to a forces background, you are more than welcome to join us.
We contacted the Military Wives Choir Foundation, who had just set up as a charity, and they were there to help us, guide us through the process of setting up the choir. They had some initial guidance documents that we used, and this has evolved since then over the years with the number of choirs that are now formed. So if somebody wanted to set up their own choir, they would contact the Military Wives Choir Foundation. They would help them through the process of how to source venues, how to get musical directors, and some of the paperwork that needs to be filled in as part of a charity.